A man who survived the horrors of war returned home to find that pleasure brought him nothing. Food tasted hollow. Laughter felt distant. Yet one afternoon, carving a small wooden bird, he lost himself completely, and for the first time in years, he felt genuinely, inexplicably alive. Not happy because something good happened. Happy because he had disappeared into something greater than himself. This experience has a name. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi spent decades studying human joy and discovered what ancient sages already knew: happiness isn't found in comfort or reward. It lives in total absorption. He called it flow. The Bhagavad Gita called it something older: Nishkama karma, action without attachment to outcome, where the doer dissolves into the doing itself. The Buddha described a similar truth through a simple parable. A musician asked him, "How tightly should I tune my strings?" The Buddha replied, "Not too tight, not too loose, just right." That perfect tension, that complete engagement between effort and ease, is where suffering quiets and presence blooms. Neither forcing nor drifting. Simply being fully here, in this task, in this breath, in this moment. We chase happiness like it's hiding somewhere ahead of us, in the next achievement, the next relationship, the next version of ourselves. But notice what happens when you are deeply absorbed in something you love. Time bends. Worry evaporates. The endless inner commentary goes silent. Ancient wisdom and modern science agree. You weren't seeking happiness in those moments. You were happiness, moving through the world without resistance. The war survivor didn't find peace in therapy alone, or in beautiful sunsets, or in being told everything would be fine. He found it in the grain of wood beneath his hands. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a craftsman who loves their craft needs no external praise, the work itself is the reward. When your whole being pours into one thing, the noise of the world simply falls away. Most people believe they need perfect conditions to feel alive, the right mood, the right setting, the right inspiration. But flow doesn't wait for permission. A gardener pulling weeds at dawn, a teacher mid-sentence when a student's eyes suddenly light up, a cook finding rhythm in the chopping, these are sacred moments. Ordinary life, entered fully, becomes extraordinary. The gate to joy was never locked. We just kept walking past it. Here is the quiet paradox: the self you are so desperately trying to protect and satisfy is the very thing blocking your joy. When you are truly absorbed in music, in service, in creation, in conversation, the anxious, comparing, calculating self temporarily dissolves. And in that dissolution, there is profound peace. The Gita calls this the state beyond ego. Buddhism calls it anatta. Psychology calls it optimal experience. Every tradition points to the same river. And now, the deepest truth. You have been taught that happiness is something you receive. A gift from circumstances, from people, from fortune. But every moment of genuine joy you've ever felt came not from receiving, but from giving yourself completely to something. The war survivor wasn't happy because the world became safe. He was happy because, for one afternoon, he stopped holding himself back from life. Today, choose one activity, just one, and enter it completely. No phone nearby. No half attention. Whether it's cooking, writing, walking, or simply listening to someone you love. Set a timer for 30 minutes and give yourself entirely to that single thing. Notice what happens to your breathing. Notice what happens to time. Notice what happens to you. That noticing is the beginning of everything. Joy is not a destination waiting at the end of your struggles. It is the quality of attention you bring to the journey itself. Like a river that doesn't resist its banks but flows powerfully because of them, your deepest happiness lives inside full, fearless engagement with life exactly as it is. The wooden bird the survivor carved still sits on a shelf somewhere, a small, quiet reminder that presence is the only paradise that was ever real. Subscribe to LifeVeda for daily wisdom that transforms your life.